Hello, everybody. It is John McPherson, and we are kicking off our new podcast, Hunting the Country 704 Style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's how I'm here with Daniel Gunderman,
What's up, everybody?
one of the OGs of 704 Outdoors.
Yes, sir.
Long time. And so, 704 Outdoors, first off, we are a TV show based out of North Carolina. And we are actually about to air season 10.
Man, 10 seasons
Yeah.
of 704 Outdoors. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys can check back and look at all of our socials. And you can watch a lot of our TV show, our previous seasons on different VOD libraries on the Hunt channel, Gen 7, Wild TV, as well as our YouTube channel. But you could really, see a wide range. We've done a lot.
You name it.
Yeah, we've bear, deer, hogs,
Turkey
turkey,
season's right around the corner.
coons,
Coyotes.
alligators, pythons.
Yeah.
We did pythons this past year.
That's right.
Yeah, so there's you never know what's going to be on an episode of 704 Outdoors, and that's kind of where the name Hunting the Country 704 Style. So we're always looking for an adventure, always looking to have some fun with some friends, and just a tight, knit group of guys that we've met over the years, and me and Daniel go way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
What was it? An old shoot. We went an archery shoot.
Yeah.
We tagged along with my pops
Yeah.
and I, and kind of hit it off.
Yeah.
And didn't think I'd ever see you again. And sure enough, saw you at work like the next week, and you're like, dude, let's go hunting.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So I used to go to the Southern Archery Circuit, which is still active now.
Yeah.
And it was at Mecklenburg Bow Club.
Sure was.
Yeah, and so I used to shoot quite a bit, and I was actually a member of Big Oak Archery Club at the time. And our title sponsor, Barefoot Archery, he would always get everything set up and tell me about the Southern Archery Circuit. And I was like, I just want to kill stuff,
Yeah.
I was like, well, I guess I can go out to the Southern Archery Circuit thing. And so I went out, and I didn't have a group, so I just fell in line, and you guys were there, and I was like, hey, mind if I shoot with you guys?
We had a good
Why
time.
not?
Yeah. I can remember my dad called the guy with the big ears.
Yeah.
The big hoops in his ears. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then then I ran into you at your work, Bass Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, where were you? You still
I don't
an
remember.
associate, I think. I don't know.
I
It
was.
a long time ago. Yeah.
What, 20 years?
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, got me into hunting, and man, I've been using your equipment to kill it ever since.
Yeah.
Some truth behind that.
Yeah. So Daniel comes from Washington.
Yeah, grew up in Washington
West
State.
Coast,
Never
yeah.
hunted, never fished. Well,
Yeah.
I fished occasionally when
Yeah.
I come out here, and started shooting when I was young. Just never actually hunted, and you got me into it, and started shooting deer first. Had a really good time, and then had to borrow
Running
a
dogs.
muzzleloader
Yeah.
from you to kill a doe for opening day. You're like, dude, you don't have a muzzleloader? No.
Yeah.
So shot a doe with a muzzleloader, and then
We run some dogs over
Run some
there
dogs.
on the river.
Yeah. and
Killed a
then
buck running dogs, and
put me on a hog.
yeah.
First hog I'd ever killed, big old hog. Remember that
Yeah.
big swamp?
Oh yeah.
Big
Yeah,
old-
over in Anson County, we went out. And I guess I think you used I had a
Your
slug shotgun. Yeah, I had a slug shotgun
Still
with
got
a
the mark.
scope on it.
Still got the mark from that one.
And didn't have a cooler or nothing.
No,
Yeah.
man. If I come prepared, I don't shoot anything.
Yeah.
I gotta just come as is and go
Yeah.
for it. So
Yeah, and I remember we were, we were just getting into really killing pigs good then. Man, that was so long ago. And I remember us working on that boar, and man, what a mess.
it was bad.
Yeah, so this hunt club that I was a member of, they didn't have any running water or nothing. And so we're over here trying to clean this pig, and no running water. So it started turned into a mess. We were trying to wipe our hands with leaves, and we got sticks and leaves and stuff stuck to our hands.
Well, it didn't help. It was in like the nastiest, muddiest swamp.
Oh man,
just
oh,
yeah.
Yeah, we sit there and I laugh about that story now, even when we take hunters out and they kill their first pigs and stuff, and they're like, "Oh man, you're good at this." I was like, "Yeah, you should have seen this one time when me and Daniel. It was probably the messiest dang skinning job we had ever done."
It was bad, but it was good. It was pretty awesome, and I'm hooked.
Oh yeah,
I love it now. So.
Yeah, it's been many, many moons, and now you got a little army of your own.
Yeah, got my let's see, last deer season, got Kate out there and got our first deer with him. That was a fun experience. Got 2 deer in one sit, and I don't even think we were in the stand for an hour total. And so now he thinks hunting is that easy. So he's got a rude awakening coming.
Yeah.
But
it couldn't happen any better to get him started, though.
Man, it got him hooked. He's been asking about it ever since. My daughter now, who's 4, she wants to go.
Yeah.
Brooklyn wants to harvest one with old brother John, as I call you.
Yeah.
So she's pumped up to get out in the woods. It's good. Getting the youngins out there, getting them raised right. So.
Yeah, it's just funny to see, over the years, since we've known each other, the families, the kids, how everybody's grown over the years. To think that we were running around, oh, Lord, was it right before 704 Outdoors? I used to call it Family of Assassins.
Yep.
And that's a story for another time. But as you can tell, I was young, and I guess my choice of names, since then you look back and you're like, yeah, I was just a kid back then. But now 704 Outdoors. But we'll revisit that topic later on. But it's funny to see, like, now the kids now, I've got my godson Cash that's been out there, killed his first deer and his first hog this past year.
Super patient. I was surprised, man, hearing the stories. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, so he's been a real treat to get out, and I've always enjoyed taking people hunting, but never thought that I would have godchildren and stuff of my own to be out. Now I'm like, man, time flies.
It's wild. It is wild.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the reason I hunt today is because of you getting me out in the woods, man. You were like, hey, let's go.
Let's go.
You don't have an excuse anymore. You don't have a 2 or 3 hour, 4 hour drive. Let's go. Get in the truck. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
that's why I've always enjoyed. I guess I've had. That's what I told Nick. What was it? He came from West Virginia.
Yeah.
And it was just a joke. I forget who we were talking to. And somebody said, yeah, well, I came from West Virginia, and I met John and wanted to go on a hog hunt, and I was like, yeah, just casually, just came out of nowhere. I've never said it before, and I was like, oh, yeah, Nick's a part of my Adopt a Hunter program. And everybody started laughing like crazy, and they're like, what, Adopt a Hunter program? And I was like, I don't know. Right.
Sounds about right.
I've just always enjoyed taking people, and I guess I don't measure success in what I've killed over the years. I feel like, not that it comes easy, but I've enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed the learning process of it. But I think the challenge is to be able to get others out there to enjoy it and be successful, and then that kind of, I guess that takes it to the next level of my experiences, being able to take someone that might not have the experience or the knowledge or anything, and let them be successful. Just been just as pleasurable as me pulling a trigger or harvesting that animal myself. You
got me on my first hog. You got me on my first muzzleloader deer. You got me on my first pig. You got my brother on his first deer.
Did you get your first turkey with me or
not?
Yeah. No. You got it with
oh yeah, that's right. Sandy. I got it. I got it up in Greensboro.
That was your first one. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. And that one came in too easy. He's like, it doesn't always work out this way. So
yeah, that was cool. Season. Was that 3? Right. Yeah, that was actually on film. You got that. He actually was running the camera.
He ran the camera.
Season 2 or 3. Yeah, it had to be 3 or 4.
Yeah. I think it was 3.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Anyways, I mean, it was a lot of fun. My leg fell asleep in the video. I'm trying to hobble out to go claim my prize.
Oh,
and I was all jacked up. But
you're doing the old turkey choke.
Yeah,
holding it by his neck.
Yeah. Man, I'm still green to this, right? I'm still learning things. Every day is a learning experience. That's the more time you get in the woods is the way you kind of handle that, right?
Yeah.
Got to get out there and learn it. So.
Yeah, so we've, just tons of stories, and that's kind of, we started this podcast, kind of just, a lot of people were asking about podcasting, and I always hear of all of our different stories and things like that. So, we've been kicking it around, and honestly, we've had the equipment for a while now, honestly, and we're so focused on the TV show itself that we're like, we do want to share some of these stories, and it would be a better platform on a podcast than it would a lot of other TV show situations. But even talking about some of the fun behind the scenes things that happen with a TV show, I think the podcast.
Yeah, I got some stories.
so we're excited to get this started and get our first episode here under our belt, and kind of just share some of the stuff that are coming. We've got a lot of things that if you guys follow us on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, you name it, we've got it. And again, just simply search 704 Outdoors. You'll find a account of some sort on all of the platforms, and we're really interactive with the fans and our followers and stuff, whether it's from educating on the experience that we've had or just asking general questions. If people want to see certain gear being used or anything like that. Again, a lot of stuff that we use, we'll definitely touch on these podcasts, but a lot of stuff that we've used on the show, we've definitely used it and been successful with it, and share what we like about it, how we think it'll fit for you.
Some of the original stuff was hey, we're going to test product out and let you guys know what we think of it. Is it going to hold up to the abuse that 704 puts on it, right? And,
because I remember, was it right before we used to put that little stamp? Season 1 or season 2 would put on there like 704 approved. But I mean, we put things through the ringer, right? It is a run and gun style hunting, and camera tells us to go nowadays. Camera tells us to go, and it's hey, let's go. We got pigs on the bait, or hey, this spot's hot. Let's go do it while we can, right? So so different things that we've used over the years that definitely have made us more successful and can definitely be of use to our fans and followers. So a lot of stuff you'll see, and going way back even to season 1, over 10, 11 years ago, you have like Sniper Hog Lights been with us since day 1. And we have trashed and destroyed those poor lights, and they still work.
They always work.
Oh God, I lost one over in the Rocky River. And I kid you not, the water went down one day, and how I found it, I just saw a little bit of the edge, and there it was. It was in the river. I found it, put a new battery in.
I remember the call. I remember, man, it still works. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? He said, I found it in the river. It still works. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
Sure mashed in the mud, run them over with the 4-wheelers. The trucks. Oh, yeah, I'm telling you, we have
dropping cameras off the back of trucks.
We've lost some cameras. We've almost all of our cameras have been rebuilt at one time over another. Falling from trees, falling off of trucks, falling off of side-by-sides. Oh, I tell you.
Was that the camera?
Oh, no. All I heard was, no. I was like, what was that? It was like, no. He just runs out of the escape. And I'm like, what happened? And he was like, the camera, I left it on top of the truck.
All you hear is rumbling back the top of the car.
And I think actually we use that camera with the zip ties on it, because we zip tied the handle back on it. I used that thing with the zip ties for several months before finally we saw a break in the season. I was like, okay, I've got enough time now. So sent it out. Actually had to send it all the way to California because they don't even work on that model anymore at Canon. So I had to send it to another company, and man, they had it fixed in a couple weeks. New handle, new lens pack, fixed it all. Got it because it wouldn't even focus anymore. After that, it was okay because the handle was broke. But then I dropped it in Texas again, and then it wouldn't focus. So we had to send that one off.
The zip ties broke is what it was. It wasn't you. It was the zip ties, right?
The zip ties, yeah. Faulty zip ties.
Yeah.
Yep. So we've got tons of stories, and we're excited to share them all. And it's always good to have a trip down memory lane and all the things that we've done in the past, and then also adventures in the future that we've got lined up. We're actually going to head to Texas here in about a week, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the equipment with us. So we're going to be filming a couple episodes for season 10, and then while we're there, we're also going to be doing a couple podcasts with I'm going to corner Jason from Sniper Hog Lights and
Make him sit
John.
down.
It's probably going to be, I'm going to have to really corner them hard because I don't know if either one of them really going to want to do it, but we're going to pin them up. So
They'll
John
be all right.
from Meteor Creek Thermal. We always have a great time with these guys, so I think we'll definitely have a good time. Now, if I could get Robert, the original owner of Sniper Hog Lights, that would be cool, but I don't think he's into the podcast stuff. We'll see.
Just put the microphone hidden under the table.
Man, he is so busy. He is so busy, and he is absolutely brilliant when it comes to lights. That man, I tell you, Sniper Hog Lights has always been ahead of the game. Like anything that he ever comes up with, the industry is always a year behind because they take his light and figure it out, copy it, and have to remake it, and a lot of it's, just blatant. You can see it's just almost identical, really. But he's always ahead of the game, man. He's absolutely brilliant, and that's why we've used these lights for, way before the TV show. I remember having the original bow light. It was a box. It was actually a rectangle box screwed on the front of my bow.
Yep.
And used that to bow hunt wild hogs with. And that was before the mini sniper. We're talking way back. And again, to this day, we still use it. Because it just works. It absolutely works. But yeah, we've got tons of stories, tons of things coming. And as far as the TV show, guys, you could always tune in to the Hunt Channel Tuesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern or Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern. You can see new episodes generally come out on Tuesdays. And then there's about 6 additional airtimes. You can look at our Facebook and see on the banner. The banner's got all the airtime. So even though it airs Tuesdays at 7:30 and Saturdays at 10, it re-airs 6 times
throughout the week.
I think like 6 times, like as the grid rotates.
Yep.
I think there's like 6 airings. So Sundays, I think it's like Sundays at like 2, Friday mornings at like 6 in the morning, 7, somewhere in there.
If you're an early bird and you want to get fired up for the day, watch a little 704.
There you go. Yeah, so you can go to our Facebook and you can see it on the banner. I also want to say it's on Instagram as well, but you can see all of our airtime so you guys can get caught up on all the shows. And generally, like right about this time, we also, you guys will meet a couple of the other team members. Luke, he's one of our bass fishers. Evan, he's our cat fisher. They also do our 704 fishing edition. So we'll have a mini series that we put up, 6-7 episodes, generally about second quarter. That airs, and you'll see a lot of different fishing, adventures that we do. And it's just a little outside of the TV show. The TV show itself airs July 1st through December 31st, and you'll have a lot of your different adventures there. But we may have a fishing episode here or there, but majority of it's all hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of a little mix of everything. We try to sprinkle in a little of this, a little of that. Right? Sprinkling some salt on the steak.
Yeah, so I know in last year, like I said, when we did the pythons, that was something completely out of left field that we've been talking about for a while.
And how many guys jumped at that, man? Yeah. We were all like, nope.
Yeah, so I put on the group, we've got a group messenger, text thread, and I'm like, going to Florida, the Everglades, to hunt Burmese pythons. Who wants to go?
Yeah, I raised my hand, and then I put it right back down and said, "Nuh-uh." And who did it? Who was the first person to respond?
I had to look back. I'm not sure who. I know I got a lot of.
Everybody's like, "Are you serious?"
From the get go.
Yeah.
Like, no. I think Paul from the first time, he was like, respectfully, hell no. And then it was Daryl ended up going with Hunter, and then Nick. Nick was like, well, I'll go, but I ain't touching no dang snake. And so, so he went, and we had a ball, man. It was an absolute blast. So that actually ended up being a 3-episode series last season. So if you guys look back, season 9, you can see it on Hunt Channel's VOD library, Gen 7, or Wild TV, and you guys can actually watch the series. We went with the best python hunters in all of the Everglades. Had an absolute blast. Of course, they were going to show us the ropes because none of us knew anything about catching any Burmese pythons.
Man, I see a little snake at the farm where I'm hunting, and I'm like, nope, other way. I'll hunt a different stand today.
Yeah, so we that was a pretty interesting one, but again, something different for sure.
Definitely cool.
Yeah, and I know this year we've got an awesome alligator episode. A couple episodes that I did with the guys from Hunt Regs. Went down there and did a show with them. That was fun. And of course, a lot of the show you're going to see is going to be a lot of wild hogs and deer.
Yep,
a lot of it.
That's fair.
Yeah, I would say a lot of that. You're going to see a little bit of turkey, and you're going to see some coyotes.
And you're going to see, like you said, the off the wall stuff. The python, the alligator. If we can hunt it, somebody on the team is going to want to hunt it. So it's just a matter of you get bear in there, right?
Yeah. So we did I filmed a bear hunt last year, but I was unsuccessful. So we did keep a hold of the footage in the library. So maybe this year, if we're successful, and that's essentially how filming goes, we'll hold on to it so it'll kind of finish the storyline.
Yep.
Last year I was unsuccessful, but it was a do-it-yourself hunt. I went in there, figured it out, set the stands, had that Novix hunt ready system. So I went in there, threw it up, had great pictures of nice bear in the area, but just couldn't get it done in the short window I had.
Yeah, and it was a lot of nighttime pictures too, right?
Oh, yeah, all nighttime. So the landowner was like, you should definitely try earlier next year. And I'm like, well, hey, now we know. So this year we'll definitely get out there earlier, and hopefully we can seal the deal and then put the footage together from last year and this year and create the story that we'll lay it out on episode for you guys. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of different things go along with the show part, and I think that's going to be fun sharing with everybody here on the podcast. So it's something definitely more laid back too. Yeah, I'd rather edit these than a TV show all day long.
Fair enough. Knock out a word. If you hear silence, somebody said something they shouldn't.
Yeah, so it's definitely a lot easier and laid back than the structure. I'm sure there's a lot of things that we have planned for the future of the podcast as far as different gear segments or hunt segments
and you guys tell us what you want to hear about. I mean, if it's a good topic, we'll definitely throw it into one of the conversations and do a podcast on it. We're going to try and keep you guys up to date with what we're doing. We're going to dive into some of the old stuff we did, share some funny hunt stories that we have, because there's quite a few there.
Oh, Lord.
And then
Well, you'll probably do a season or two just on stories and not even touch all of them.
Oh, yeah. So it's going to be fun. get everybody on the team involved, and you'll get to hear from all of us at some point or another. And some episodes you'll hear more than just the two of us. You'll hear 10 guys on there all going at each other, just having a good time. So should be a good listen. And like I said, you'll get to experience a bunch of different stuff on this one.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a little bit of entertainment, you're looking to learn something about different styles of hunting and tactics. It's not really going to be like the main focus, but of course there'll be different layouts and things that we'll do. Whether it be turkey tactics or different things. We like to do hog hunting and things like that, but a lot of it will be mixed in with a lot of fun experiences. Some behind the scenes stuff from the show and different things like that. So I think it's going to be a fun layout, and there'll be different styles of podcasts that won't be all structured the same. So we'll just keep it flexible, keep it moving,
keep it fresh.
Yeah, there you go.
Work it.
Yeah. Yeah, so then we'll also, if you guys keep up, make sure you follow all of our socials, because we'll have some questions and things like that we'll put up right before we're going to sit down and record a podcast, and that way we'll get some answers and some feedback from you guys and put it in there, and that way if there's any questions or comments or anything like that you guys want to throw on there, we'll cover it in upcoming episode, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to get some interaction from the fans and followers and such.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Make sure you put it in there. Hopefully not all the podcasts will be shot at midnight or later. John's a bit of a night owl. I don't know that he ever sleeps, but
oh yeah. Well, and this podcast is fueled by Full Throttle. So we're about to just open up another can here, and like I said, we have a good time, and thankfully for my boost of energy from Full Throttles, we're going to knock out a couple more episodes tonight, but it's going to be a lot of fun, guys. So we do a lot of nighttime hunting, so I'm kind of used to it. Some of the other guys aren't, though. Like Daniel here, he just finished a full work day.
I'll be back at work in 6 hours. Yeah. It is what it is. We got to do it. We got to get together.
Like,
it's good times.
He was like, "We're going to do what now?"
Hey man, we got to start it off sometime. So
yeah,
it's a good opportunity.
Well, you got all them army of kids. You ain't used to sleeping anyways.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So we do actually have quite a bit of fun night hunting. I think my clock is definitely a little later than most, I guess, because
John's like, jump in the truck and I'll sleep on the way there, and he'll slam on the brakes at some point and scare me, and then I'm awake and drink a Full Throttle, go sit in the stand, and hopefully shoot something and have a good time and tell stories all the way back home. So it's always good.
Yeah. So the hogs and the coyotes, they're definitely, I guess, the hogs are specifically my game of choice, I guess. And coyotes are kind of that, it's fun. I enjoy it. You won't see me pack up and gear up for a night of coyote hunting. It essentially, it's kind of like a filler hunt between me finding pigs that will go after the coyotes. But I do have some buddies like Sean from DNA and a couple other guys that are just ate up with the coyotes. Man, they'd rather call coyotes than find hogs any day. So it's always a good mix when we go out with them, because I know, like, well, we're going to find pigs, but during the dead times, they're, ready to call some coyotes. So we just keep on grinding.
And early night is like 3 o'clock. I expect to be home around 3 a.m. If I'm going out hunting on a night hunt. Hey, man, the hogs are coming in at 8. You'll be home by 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. We get back to the house to skin the hog by 11, and then we get to talking and hanging out and having a good time. So it is what it is.
That's all poor Nick. He went out with me. Oh, man, I forget when. And he went back to, we killed a nice boar, and I think he literally drove home. Sun was coming up, showered, and went into work. And, he's corporate.
I've had those.
Corporate man, so he was
America.
rough, yeah. he called me, and man, he just sounded like he was dead to the world. And so the other day I was like, hey, thinking about going out to this property again. And he's like, man, I got meetings, I can't go.
Can't do it.
He said, I can't do it this time. He's like, but if you go on another day, we'll go. So, yeah, so sometimes there's a lot of late nights, but we have a ball doing it. So if you guys enjoy a lot of night hunting as well, you guys can check all the socials, all the YouTube, and all the VOD libraries to watch some of our previous hunts. Lots of pigs, a lot of coyotes, and then, of course,
Deer.
our deer and turkey and bear,
Oh, yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
But, the hog hunting is definitely kind of there. I would say, looking back at it, and that's kind of what I was telling everybody this past season, I was like, that's fine. And that's where the python thing came from, really. The python thing, because I was like, I don't just know if the viewers are just tired of me seeing me kill pigs.
Yeah.
I was like, I think let's shake it up a little bit. Let's find some, let's do something different. I was like, because I think like we do have a large following of hog hunters and people that are interested in hog hunting. But again, that's why I always sit there and talk to the guys. I'm like, man, I was like, I think I would be over watching me kill pigs all the time too.
I don't know, man. There's something about hog hunting that gets your blood running. Something about python hunting that just makes me gives me a little chill.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. Now we did have a good time with that, but I don't think it's definitely not a every year excursion. I can definitely see myself do it again. I think a couple of guys.
Cool experience,
right?
right?
Yeah. I think Nick's over it.
Yeah.
I think Daryl's over it. Yeah. I think I might have to find some new camera
But
guys.
you're a snake guy, so what's the difference? Right? You got to
Yeah.
have some snake guys down there.
Yeah, so I think next time I'll have to find some new guys that might be give it a try for the first time. Well, and again, that there's a lot of fun stuff happened during the hunt. I'll wait till Nick joins us to go over some of those stories. I will say one thing. He was actually absolutely petrified of being in the Everglades with snakes and alligators and all that stuff. And I will say, we got an airboat stuck, and before you know it, the captain said, all right, everybody in the water, because we had to get it unstuck.
Nope.
So we'll revisit that story with Nick. Because Nick, the look on his face when he looked at me was...
Is he serious?
It was unbelievable. It was like his worst nightmare was happening.
Corporate America gets
Oh man, he was just like, we're getting out of the boat? And he was like, they just said they saw like a 10-foot gator. Oh man. Yeah, so you guys are definitely going to want to tune back in for that story time, but that's going to be a lot of fun. So, but guys, we appreciated you guys listening and hanging out with us for our first ever podcast of Hunting the Country 704 style, brought to you by 704 Outdoors. And again, you can watch the 704 Outdoors TV show on Hunt Channel, 7:30 on Tuesdays Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern Saturdays, and then again, we re-air 5 or 6 times throughout the week. And you can see all those air times on our Facebook banner and Instagram.
Season 10 this year.
Season 10 is coming, guys. And we got some big news for Season 10, so you're definitely going to want to keep up because we've got a lot of things that are going to happen. Right, I'm going to give a little hint. Right around that June timeline, we're going to have some festivities that you guys are probably going to want to be a part of. So it's going to be celebrating Season 10.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of fun, guys. But thank you guys again for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe and follow us. Follow us on our socials, subscribe to us on YouTube, and we will see you guys on the next episode of Hunting the Country 704 style.
Looking forward to it, guys.
All right.